Hello there, folks. Welcome back to another captivating episode on Mindful Journey. We're your go-to place for exploring the intriguing, the mind-boggling, the scientific phenomena that make our universe so incredibly fascinating. Today, we're turning our gaze towards something a little closer to home, a mystery that's been simmering right under our feet. The rising ground over Yellowstone. If you're as excited as we are about today's topic, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your fellow science enthusiasts. Let's dive in. Our journey today takes us to the heart of the United States, to the breathtaking Yellowstone National Park. A place of unparalleled natural beauty, Yellowstone is perhaps best known for its geysers and hot springs, each more awe-inspiring than the last. Yet beneath this serene landscape lies a force of nature that is as mysterious as it is powerful. The Yellowstone Caldera. The Yellowstone Caldera, a volcanic system that spans an astonishing 45 miles across, is often referred to as a supervolcano. This isn't your average volcano with a small cone and a quaint little lava flow. No, a supervolcano is a whole different beast. The term refers to volcanoes capable of eruptions 1,000 times more powerful than a typical volcanic event. Imagine an explosion so potent that it could alter the very climate of our planet. And the Yellowstone caldera isn't just any supervolcano. It's one of the world's largest active volcanic systems. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. The last major eruption was over 600,000 years ago, and scientists believe we're not due for another one anytime soon. But that doesn't mean it's not stirring. In recent years, scientists have observed unusual activity at Yellowstone. The ground over the caldera has been rising. It's not a sudden, dramatic upheaval, but a slow, almost imperceptible lift. Over the past decade, the ground has risen by nearly 3 feet in some areas. That's right, 3 feet. It's like the Earth is taking a slow, deep breath and we're waiting for the exhale. So what could be causing this mysterious rising of the ground? Is it a sign that the Yellowstone supervolcano is waking up from its long slumber? Or is there a more benign explanation, perhaps related to the complex geothermal dynamics at play beneath our feet? Let's uncover the science behind it. To understand why the ground is rising over Yellowstone, we need to dive deep into the Earth's crust. Underneath this phenomenal national park lies a sleeping giant, a vast magma chamber that's the fuel source for the park's famous geysers and hot springs. But what exactly is a magma chamber? Well, imagine a gigantic underground reservoir filled with molten rock or magma. This magma is under tremendous pressure, and when the conditions are right, it can force its way upwards, causing the ground above to rise. This process is known as ground deformation, and it's not just limited to Yellowstone. It's a common occurrence in volcanic regions around the world. Now, the magma chamber beneath Yellowstone is no ordinary reservoir. It's one of the largest on the planet, stretching an astounding 40 miles across. That's about the same size as Rhode Island. This mammoth magma chamber is not just sitting idle, it's dynamic, constantly filling and emptying as magma moves around. This movement can cause changes on the surface, including the ground rising. So how do we know all this? Well, it's all thanks to the marvels of modern technology. Scientists from around the world keep a close eye on Yellowstone using cutting-edge GPS and satellite technology to monitor changes in the ground level. These tools allow us to track the movement of magma beneath the surface in real time, providing invaluable data about what's happening deep below. These monitoring efforts have revealed that the ground over Yellowstone has risen by as much as 3 feet in some places over the past half-century. That's a significant amount, and it's a clear indication that the magma chamber beneath is active and causing the ground to deform. But before you start packing your bags and heading for the hills, it's important to remember that ground deformation doesn't automatically mean an eruption is imminent. In fact, ground rising and falling is a normal part of the life cycle of a volcano, and it can occur without an eruption ever taking place. So, while the rising ground at Yellowstone is undoubtedly fascinating, it's not necessarily a cause for alarm. It's just another example of the incredible geological processes that are constantly taking place beneath our feet. But the question that is probably burning in your minds right now is, does this mean Yellowstone is about to erupt? An eruption at Yellowstone could be catastrophic, but should we be worried? Well, let's dive into it. The rising ground at Yellowstone is indeed a sign of activity, a testament to the living, breathing nature of our planet. But before you start packing your bags and planning for a volcanic apocalypse, it's important to understand that this rise doesn't necessarily spell eruption. Think of it like this. It's akin to seeing clouds gather on the horizon. Sure, they may signal an incoming storm, but it's also possible they'll simply drift by without a drop of rain. Similarly, the rising ground at Yellowstone is a sign of subterranean activity, but not a definitive harbinger of eruption. Our understanding of volcanoes has improved leaps and bounds over the years, and scientists are continuously monitoring the situation at Yellowstone. Using sophisticated equipment, they observe the park's geothermal activity, tracking any changes that could indicate a potential eruption. As of now, they've found no signs of an imminent eruption. So, while the ground over Yellowstone is indeed rising, it's not a cause for alarm. It's a reminder of the dynamic, ever-changing nature of our planet. A prompt for us to respect and study the forces that shape our world, not fear them. So, while the ground over Yellowstone is indeed rising, you can sleep soundly, knowing that scientists have their eyes on it. There you have it, folks, a deep dive into the rising ground over Yellowstone. We've unraveled the unique geology of this intriguing place, probed the science behind its rising ground, and debunked the myth of an imminent eruption. The Earth, as always, continues to surprise and intrigue us with its dynamic nature. Thank you for joining us on this mindful journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating scientific explorations. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Until our next journey, keep exploring.